What is up, guys? Live for Life here, and what you are seeing now is some pen spinning I have recorded earlier. I can say it's not my best, and it's definitely not the best, but it's something cool as background to something bigger, which from the title you can probably guess is something religious. I'm gonna be recording in one take because I'm lazy. I'm not sure how to edit, and I don't have much time. Anyway, so it started. So this grand story of ours started 2 weeks ago. It started off like any 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago is, for Australians and I think New Zealand, is Anzac, which is celebrating the, not celebrating, commemorating the soldiers that fought and lost their lives in World War One. And this one was particularly special because it was the 100-year anniversary. And our chaplain, our minister, was talking about the soldiers, and one line stuck out to me. Oh yeah, sorry. Backstory is that I've been putting off videos for a long time, and I really wanted to do it, but I keep putting them off. So that was, yeah, that's the backstory. All right, and so one line really stuck out to me, and that was, live life like every day could be your last. And that was in relationship to the soldiers who, yeah, lost their lives at an extremely young age. And that really struck home with me, because I'd been putting off this thing that I had really wanted to be doing for ages, but I've also felt that I should do. So that was like sort of the first thing that began it all. And on the next Monday, seemingly unrelated, one of my friends introduced me to a group that they had made, and that was about, yeah, it was helping people run events. I'll link that in the bottom. In the, that wasn't meant to be a bat. Like events to run publicity or fundraising for just getting people together to help with, yeah, depression, mental illness, any of that type of stuff. So that went unnoticed. I didn't think anything twice of that. And then fitting back to the live every day, I put out a call to Slasher Christianity, which is a great place to all go check out. If any people played TF2, Team Fortress 2, and were Christian, because I wanted to start a ministry, and luckily someone said yes, and I haven't recorded anything yet, but hopefully there'll be stuff coming related to that, and yeah, the sooner the better. And that was really good, and I thought nothing of it. And then Wednesday, there was quite a big thing in my life. I didn't think about how big it was, but it was to drop a subject in for school, and I'm in year 11, so yeah, it was quite a big decision, because it meant that I wouldn't be able to get the full diploma, the full score, so that probably would make it hard to go to university. But that was happening on Wednesday, and we weren't sure how that would go. And anyway, that went with unnoticed. So then Thursday came, and that's when we have our Bible group, and this is sort of the start of the cool stuff. That was all pre-story set up. But so we've had probably constantly 4 or 5 people, and on this day we had 7, and one of those people was a friend, a good friend, but I hadn't realized they were Christian, and I was like, wow, there's only 4 people in our group, but there are Christians at school that don't come to this group, but are Christians, and this sort of like spurred me on to like ask, question, message, I don't know, on Facebook to the other Christians. And if you're a Christian at school, this is what I learnt from my postings and my friend was there are most likely, maybe not everywhere, but there are definitely Christians. There are probably Christians around you, and they are probably as scared as you, and they probably could do with another fellow Christian as much as you could. But we're also, that's another story. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. And then last period of the day, I was reading something on the internet. I'll link it. And it was about how someone felt that they had messed up their life because hadn't lived in the moment, which sort of fits back into what I felt the minister was saying, and hadn't done what they wanted as a child. And I was reading through it, and one line stuck out to me, and it was, so it was saying, you should get off the internet and like do what you really want to do. And then it was, unless that is like part of what you want to do. And this really struck home because I have had a calling that I really wanted to do in internet ministry. And I was like, oh my gosh, that fits. And just as I stopped reading this, I zoned into the teacher, and the first word was destiny. And when I posted this, there was a lot of skepticism about that, and I can understand why there's skepticism, but that was just like I don't know how to explain it. It was just like, tingles all over. It was great moment, and it's sort of the start of the Bibleness, so the day after that, my dad came home from working overseas, and we had a meal, and we discussed that Wednesday meeting, which I hope you stored away in your memory, about school, and because we weren't sure, because that meeting had happened, and should I drop the class, or should I change to a different course, which I'll still get a diploma at the end, but I'll have to change courses, so everything I've done was set up, and this brought up the what I felt like I wanted to do. And with the sort of sign thing that happened on Thursday, I told them about this, and I was quite apprehensive about it, and I was so surprised on how willing they were to go along with it. But because I thought, because to be a YouTuber, like, you don't really need much education. Like, it always helps, but depending what you want to do, it's not mandatory. And they were surprisingly supportive of it, and that was really, really great. So then that was Saturday, and then that Sunday, my friend left the pen, as you can see, which a spinning pen, and I've done spinning before, but this, it was, you'll see later. It was, I'll explain later. So that was great thing, and then, so we're up to Tuesday next week, and then this is, it's my favourite part of the story, but don't tell the rest of it. Shh. So we're reading a book called Dream stuff, I shall leave a link to probably Amazon. And it's a collection of short stories and there's one called Closer, the second one, where it's about a extremely hardline, you could call him Christian, but a very set in stone, no two ways about it, not very much relationship to modern day Christianity. There was no love. It was more filling deeds, maybe more the stereotypical image of Christianity, but nothing true about it. So I felt as a Christian I should just just point out, FYI, about the information that may have been misconstrued. And it was nothing like massive happened, but it was, I don't know, that was just something that fit in. And then after that pen, I started, because of the pen, I started talking to someone, and I discovered, sorry, this is not, oh well, about the world of buying pens, and that may not seem like much, but it's sort of, I realized maybe I should do more of this. Maybe I should get my own pen, because I still thought that my friend, and probably does want his pen back, so I thought this is probably a good place to buy a pen. And yeah, never mind, that bit went out of way. So anyway, so coming up to the Thursday Bible group, Thursday lunchtime group, same as last week, and it was, well, it wasn't. I misunderstood it as a open invite people week, and so the backstory from this, I should have explained this earlier, was there's multiple atheist friends, but 4 of them I've had fairly big, quite noteworthy debates about Christianity and science, which yeah, that's a whole thing in itself. And so there was, and I couldn't answer their questions, which I know I should be able to, but I wasn't able to because I didn't have the knowledge. So I thought this open mic, open question time with people who do have understanding would be a great time to answer them. And I hoped, I prayed, and I posted on Facebook a open offering to come to this group, and 3 of these 4 people said yes, and they seemed really, really open about it, and which was a massive change from how they'd been up until that point, really. So, and I didn't know why they changed, but they had opened up so much, and well, not opened up, but their views, their mind, yeah, they became more willing to hear the other side of the argument after debating their point of the view, which I totally respect that. But yeah, and it completely opened, and even one of them was, instead of asking questions to try to catch me out, which they had up till that point, he was asking questions about like how it works and trying to understand it, and that was, yeah, I can't think of an analogy for that, but it was great. And yeah, so then Thursday came, and I was like really pumped to finally be able to minister, talk to these guys, and have, instead of just me and my awkward misunderstanding, be able to help these guys understand and talk to people they knew. And so lunchtime group came, I was expecting this 3, And those three, out of the four guys, the fourth guy came out of those three, and so did five other people, which, like, I knew that were atheists, but it was just such a surprise to see all these people that were fairly, or I thought that were, that were interested in, that wanted to hear the other side, even if it was just to have some food, eat some food. Everyone likes free food. That's always a good way to get most people to come to things, is free food. Fun fact. That's what I've noticed. And it was cool to see them genuinely interested, trying to. Maybe some of them seemed like they were trying to catch the leader out, but that's just normal person youthness, trying to catch people out. But they listened. It was good debate, and that was that was really highlight. And then day after that, I sort of followed up, and it was really, really, really evident for me to see that something had definitely changed. I should have probably asked them before going into detail, and I hope you're fine with this, and I won't leave names. But so one of them, I offered them, I offered the four guys prayer, because that's a great thing, and one of them openly said that he had something that he'd like prayer for. One of them says nothing he wanted to pray, but offered for prayer for me, and I'm like, that was just humbling. I don't know how to explain that. That was quite an experience. The third guy said that he didn't want prayer, but he didn't want prayer because he wanted to do it by his own strength, not because he saw praying as a shortcut. And like, thinking about that must mean that he thinks there's power in prayer for it to be considered a shortcut. But I didn't go too far into that. And the fourth guy opened up and sort of, something that he'd been going through that I didn't really, something he was going through. And sorry, I was sorry for all the silences. I edited the video because my mum walked in and I realised how many ummings and ahhings and likes and silences there were. But that's a digression. So then comes Friday, and I had small group. My notes have run out here, so I'm sort of going off my memory. And we were talking in passing, even though it's probably not the thing I should have gotten from the group, but about like sightings of angels. And one thing, this is more strength to Christians, was that talking about angels, and that saying that we've got, if you ever feel weak, there's an army of angels on your side. And that's really gave me strength. And the stories of seeing angels was I didn't need any more signs, but that was just really cool to hear about that. And then I'm just thinking of all the things I could have said, and I might do a follow-up, because there's things. Oh well. Anyway, So this video, I have a set of challenges depending on where you stand in this video, what you stand on this video. So if you are a Christian, I challenge you to either invite a non-Christian to church, or if you're not up for that, then to openly proclaim your faith, because it'll fit into the second one, which you'll find out now. And if you are not Christian but you are interested, or even if you're not interested, if you just wanna, well, you have to be kind of interested, because you probably haven't watched this far if you're not interested, to talk to either a Christian friend or a Christian non-friend, just a Christian that you know or you don't know, or you can just say, I'm interested in the Christian, a Christian to talk to and discuss any questions you have. And Christians, both Christians and non-Christians, if you have any questions, I can strongly affirm the Christian subreddit, which I will link to in the bottom, I don't know what it's called, the thing below. So yeah, it's a great community. Everyone check that out if you've read it. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed or found this cool, I don't know, whatever you feel about this video, please, if you enjoyed it, please chuck us a share. Make sure you do those challenges. And there was something else I was gonna say. Yes, thanks. I thank you to everyone who was part of this video unknowingly. Thank you to /r Christianity for prayer, and anyone who prayed. Anyone who prayed, I don't know. For Thursday or any of it. And yeah, God bless you all. May the odds be forever in your favor. Peace.